Many communities have all kinds of zoning ordinances regulating every activity that you do on your property. I heard this story about this old 80-year-old geezer that had a big old tree that was hanging over one of his buildings. Now, I don't know if it was his barn or his house, but I heard this story and I believe it to be true. He went to the zoning officer and he applied for a permit to take this big old tree down, saying, hey, it's diseased. I had a tree surgeon look at it. It's dangerous. It'll fall on my house. And without even looking at it, the permit application was denied. So the old geezer, not to be denied his right to take down the tree, gets out the copy of the zoning ordinance and he reads it from A to Z. And he realizes that it's a very wordy ordinance. It has all kinds of language in it to make sure that what the township wants done gets done in the way they want it done. Now, the code said you're not allowed to cut down the tree. So the old geezer, what did he do? He went and got a big D11 bulldozer, a big one. And he decided to regrade his yard. And by accident, he hit the tree and knocked it over. Well, then he proceeded to cut it up. Well, the zoning officer sees it and gets all pissy about it and says, hey, you didn't follow the zoning code. And he says, yes, I did. He says, I wasn't allowed to cut it down, but I was working on my yard and I happened to knock it over by mistake. Oh, it's an accident. I'm sorry. Well, he got away with it because the code said cutting the tree down, you needed a permit. Nothing about pushing it over. So when you're faced with a problem with your property, there's always a solution. It may not be the one you want, but there probably is a solution. And if you have a tree question, you can come to Highland Hill Farm because we specialize in tree problems. We especially specialize in problems with neighbors. If you hate your neighbor, we have trees to help you block your neighbor. They're called green giant arborvitaes, and we have thousands of them. But we also can give you some assistance and some tips on what we've heard, how people handle problems that they have with trees. So give us a call at Highland Hill Farm, 215-651-8329, and hopefully you don't need a big dozer to settle your problem.